Welcome to Hoops Friday night. Tonight's lineup is stacked with must-see action. We've got 3 matchups featuring the last undefeated teams in their conferences across the WBL, MAC, and BVC.
Between them, 6 teams that have yet to lose a league game on the season. Up first, 2 teams that haven't lost any games all season. We start off with the mighty Midwest Athletic Conference.
Yeah, they don't get much bigger than this. 12-0 Delphus St. John's, 11-0 Mary Local. Both are 3-0 in league play. Let's go to the Vatican, shall we? Let's pick up action in the second quarter. St. John's Cameron Elware stops, pops, 3. The money shot there. DSJ in front, 13-11. Let's go to the third now. Marion Local down 7. Austin Niekamp gets the assist to Kale Arns down low. Flyers down 27-22. Niekamp to go gave the Blue Jays all they could handle in this game. The senior gets that one to go down low, but we go to the fourth, and this game's living up to the billing. 42-all with under 3 to play. Jackson Weikert has decided he has seen enough. There's a 3. Next possession, 3. 3 shots, 3 threes. Here's another one to leave absolutely no doubt who wins this game. The sophomore on another planet. Cam Elware led the game with 19 points. Even in foul trouble, St. John stays perfect, 55-43.
Our team is just completely continues to grow up, and we have a really good player, and a lot of accolades go to him, and deservingly so, but it is a unit out there, and all of these guys are a piece of this puzzle. And Jackson Weikert is a guy that spends a lot of time in the gym when nobody else is around. And when the lights were the brightest, that work paid off for him. And so when everybody was excited, that's why, because of the time and effort that he put in with his dad, is a great feeling for him. Like, what an unbelievable job in a huge atmosphere, a heavyweight battle. Not just Jackson, but Braden Klaus in that stretch as well made some huge plays. And we're just going to continue to grow and learn and gain confidence from this.
All right, checking out the rest of the MAC scores. Versailles takes down Coldwater at home, 54-41. Minster comes out on top against Fort Recovery, 54-47. Meanwhile, Parkway edges out New Bremen, 47-44. And finally, St. Henry wins big at home over New Knoxville, 56-20.
Western Buckeye League, we go. The Shawnee Indians are 11-2. The Defiance Bulldogs 10-1, both undefeated in the WBL. Obviously, that'll change for somebody tonight. Let's start late third quarter, 1-point game. Pass to Khalil Ligon. He bangs the 3, fired up. Team high 18 points for him. Defiance is up 4. Now in the fourth, Bulldogs on the attack. Jordan Wright heads into the paint, puts up the little floater. Nothing but net. Shawnee timeout with 5 minutes. They're down 10. But here comes the try. Feeling the brotherly love in this one. Trevick Berkey, the pass to big brother Beckett. The junior splashes home the corner 3. And then watch this play here. The hustle. Matthew Stiles saves the loose ball. No look over his head. Ball moving around. But look who's in the corner. Matthew Stiles, and the senior drills the corner 3. The Indians try to make a comeback for the WBL lead. Now Shawnee down 2. 15 seconds to play. Ball in the hands of Beckett Berkey. Goes through traffic and gets the friendly roll. After trailing by 7 with under a minute to play, that sends us to overtime, and it was all Indians in extras. The Berkey brothers combined for 48 of the 67 total points for Shawnee. They are your winners, 67-55.
All right, St. Mary's Rough Riders, they pay a visit to the Supreme Court to take on the OG Titans. OG is 9-1 in Ottawa against St. Mary's since 2005, and that includes 5 straight wins at home for the Titans. Shout out to Michael Hearn for that tidbit. In the second quarter, the Rough Riders are down by 7. Check out the ball movement by St. Mary's. Here's Alex Haney with a Euro step. He gathers and puts a shot in, a game high at 22 for the senior. St. Mary's is looking to close that deficit as Aiden Minerding lays it home with the right. It's now a 17-12 ball game. The Titans' lead is now down to 3, but Grady Tomasis says, I'll double that with this triple try. OG is now up by 6. Now, Tomasis will swing it over to Lyndon Peaster, and the sophomore decides to put 3 on the scoreboard. The Titans continue to show off their range. And how about another trifecta for Tomasis? 15 points for the senior, and the Titans win a nail-biter tonight. 56-55 is their final.
We're all over the WBL. 2 teams trying to keep up with Shawnee. Let's go to Bath Gymnasium, where the Wildcats hosted the Elida Bulldogs. Now, the road team starts us off in transition at Zory Island. We know his name keeps it. Drives, spins, scores. A very early 4-0 lead. Bath on offense now. Logan Markley almost turns it over. Instead, somehow found Jackson Foster wide open for the easy bucket to Vistimai 15. Elida kind of following suit now. Their number 2, Parker Krim, almost turns it over, gathers, pump fakes, and scores a bucket. Back to the Wildcats we go. Down low to Markley, showing off the post Stork. Nice play there. He had 10 points in this game, but Elida's Amari Wash showing off as well. Watch him split the defender's finger, rolls it in for a pair of his game-high 17 points. Elida goes to 4-1, 9-5 overall, a 46-34 win. Still in the WBL, Salina tops Kenton 70-51, while Van Wert beat Wapak by 10, 57-47. Shelby County League, Russia stays undefeated, 63-36 over Anna. Fort Laramie with a big win over Botkins, 39-30. Halston edges Fairlawn 52-50, and in the Northwest Ohio Athletic League, Patrick Henry also stays lossless, 69-48 over Bryant.
Well, let's keep it local. Here we go, Northwest Conference. And yet another undefeated team, Spencerville's 12-0 start, their best in program history. Tonight, they look for their 4th straight win over Jefferson. The Bearcats allowing just 44 points a game. They're the #1 defense in the NWC and hosting the Wildcats' lowest scoring offense, which averages just 46. And the home team starts hot. Owen Sensiba drives the left side and lays it in with the right-handed floater. Then on the next trip down, Sensiba once again takes advantage, this time shaking the defender on his way to the hoop. But here at the walk-in closet, Tony, you better hold on to your work socks as Carter Orr knocks him off with a 2-handed slam and a little hang time, a 13-1 scoring run in the Ville. Jeff Cats, however, finally break up the streak with a deep triple by Mason Wiltsey. No slowing down the undefeated Bearcats. Owen Sensiba on fire early. He finishes with 22. His brother Will has 23. Spencerville 65-42. They're now 13-0.
Let's head over to Lima Central Catholic, shall we? The Thunderbirds will look to end a 2-game losing streak. They need a win. Bluffton's looking for 2 wins in a row against LCC after losing the previous 10 meetings. We start with good D leading a good O. LCC's Jeff Williams pokes it away, gets it back, goes to the hoop and scores. T-Birds are up 10 early in the 3rd quarter. Later, LCC on the move. Azad Burton up to Brady Parker, up to the hoop. It's 35-23. Bluffton getting it done on both ends now. Jerron Boblet, the thievery here, politely gives to Kane Wright for the 2 of his Pirate leading 18 points. But LCC just wanted it more in this one. Burton, look at the freshman, blows by his defender, scores. He's fouled. Lima Central Catholic bounces back nicely, 56-53. Jordan Pretty at 24 as the Thunderbirds are 7-6 overall.
More scores from the NWC. Crestview wins at the Ray over Allen East, 61-48. Columbus Grove takes care of business at the Barn, 56-48.
And of course, guys, Lima Senior played tonight as well. The Spartans hitting the road to Toledo Waite, a City League rival who they beat 81-14 last year. And well, right out the gate, here's a 2-handed flush by Isaiah Cunningham. The senior just making it look easy in TCL territory. The Spartans up big in the 3rd and adding on. Sophomore Takorian Havecock pulls up from 3-point land off the fast break, and Lima Senior closes out a 79-36 victory. The Spartans are 9-1.
Yeah, we saw that coming. It's time for our first break. After the commercials, Arlington and Liberty Benton for the top spot in the BVC. Putnam County League action as well. We'll be here. Welcome back to Hoops Friday night. Our first place matchups aren't done quite yet. We now turn our attention to the Blanchard Valley Conference.
The BVC had a 3-way title split last season, including both Arlington and Liberty Benton.
And they are the last unbeaten teams this year. And right now we're going to turn to Dillon once again back here for a showdown of a pair of 11-1 squads.
Yeah, I mean, what a season these 2 teams have put together to start off the year. LB has put together the BVC's #1 offense and #1 defense. Arlington just now coming off their first loss after 11 straight wins. The Red Devils will be fired up for our Hoops Friday night Spotlight game.
This Hoops Friday night Spotlight game is presented by Midwest Electric Incorporated.
The BVC's top 2 scorers both on the court tonight. Red Devils, Jace Vermillion averaging 16, but putting up 22 a game, Jake Gherkin. And Arlington's 6'10" Calvin Willow will try to slow him down, leading the conference with 47 blocks. Not just a force defensively, though, with his team trailing. He's towering in the paint to make it a 24-18 ball game. Then after a quiet first half for Vermillion, now he's in on the scoring, driving the lane with a floater off glass. However, the 3rd quarter was decisive for Liberty Benton as Jake Gherkin swoops in, tiptoes the sideline, goes coast to coast with the takeaway. The standout senior catching wind. Next trip down, Reed Irwin finds Gherkin on the perimeter. That's money. How about 11 unanswered points for Jake Gherkin alone? An Eagles scoring run continues. Final seconds of the third, sophomore Luke Gherkin with the putback at the buzzer. A 15-0 run for LB, a 22-point lead. They win 51-27.
All right, Ada's 4-1 in conference. Van Buren 3-2. A new matchup with the Bulldogs moving over to the BVC as the band celebrates the occasion here. The Knights will strike first in this one. The penetration here draws a couple of defenders, and it leaves Finn Martin open on the block. The junior had 14. Van Buren up 2-0 early. Very next play, their defensive pressure will force a turnover. And in transition, Alex Homan will dish to Lucas Harrington, and he'll get on the board and would finish with 13. Now it's the Bulldogs' turn. Their ball movement leads to a wide open shot for Zach Zimmerman, and it's nothing but net from the top of the key. But it's the Van Buren Black Knights doing enough in this one. They go on to win this game. Final score, 48-40. PG beat Arcadia 53-42. Riverdale over Van Loo 65-29. GMC we go. Wayne Trace 40-31 over Hicksville. Paulding over Ayersville 60-53, while Antwerp loses to Edgerton 66-57.
Shifting over to the PCL, we got a battle between the top two defenses in the conference as Miller City collides with Ottoville. It's Toga night in Miller City, so they got a lot to cheer for. See how the Wildcats also hold the league's best offense, averaging nearly 60 points per game. Speaking of the offense, here's Brayden East driving to the rim. He bounces over to Brendan Borlagi, 13 points for the senior. Meanwhile, on the other end, here's Ashton Miller pulling up and hitting the long two. Ottoville now has a 6-point lead. Meanwhile, the Wildcats continue to claw their way back as Henry Rump gets the board. He goes up and under for the two. Miller City now trails by 4. But the Big Green, they ain't letting up. Miller gets the cross-court pass. He lets it fly from beyond the arc. A game-high 21 points for the senior. Ottoville pushes their lead to 7, and they keep pushing forward. Brendan Cavillage regains control and hits the short J. Ottoville hands Miller City their first conference loss. 38-30 is your final.
Let's go to the scoreboard. PCL, Fort Jennings dominated at home against Continental 47-19. North Union defeats Indian Lake 55-48. Elsewhere, Bell Fountain falling at home to London 58-39, and Benjamin Logan lost to Northwestern 51-44. All right, it's time for our final break. When we come back, updates from the NWCC, NLL, and GMC. Welcome back to Hoops Friday night. To the Northwest Central Conference we go, Tony.
Upper Scioto Valley is 3-0 in league play. Ridgedale comes in at 2-1.
However, the Rockets able to hand the Rams their first conference loss of the season. We just got that score a little bit ago. We can't see it on screen, but it's 71-56. Waynesfield Goshen beat North Baltimore 53-29. And look at these scores. Corey Rawson and Perry get their first wins of the season. Hornets win 53-39 over Elgin. Commodores over Hardin Northern 45-41. Elsewhere, Temple Christian at Ridgemont. Pioneers fall 58-45 to the Golden Gophers. Non-conference, Lehman Catholic 48-29 over Milton Union.
We got non-divisional play in the Northern Lakes League 14 times. Finley has defeated Fremont Ross, but the Trojans need to turn their season around. They're currently 1-9 under a first-year head coach after 25 winning seasons with Jim Rookie. Finley is looking for a spark early on. Cooper McKenna finds Blake Went for a physical score, but it's a slow start offensively. No buckets by either team in the next 4 minutes. Well, here's Michael Stover ripping off the Band-Aid for the Giants. They will go on to win 49-27, and that ends a decade-long winning streak for Finley against Fremont Ross.
And we got a little surprise entry for tonight's lineup. In fact, a fourth matchup between two league unbeatens. First place at stake in the GMC, 6-6 Fairview against 10-2 Tenora. The home team starts us off. The Rams swinging the ball out to Adam Spicola on the wing. The senior would bury the triple to put the Rams up 3. It's all they needed, really. They were leading the whole way. He did it multiple times throughout the night. Rams retaining the top spot with a 42-33 win.
And that will do it for Hoops Friday night. We will see you next week for yet another edition.